Today in the wood yard, I've got deliveries and I've got wood to stack coming up right now. My first delivery is a single face cord, or a third of a cord if you prefer. So I'm going to load it up right now into the truck. That's going to be this row right here. And then my second delivery is for a full cord, and that's going to be loaded into the trailer, and that'll happen a little later. So first thing I'm going to do is load this puppy up and go deliver it. So let's get going. It's in. Did you see how fast I did that? That was regular speed. Face cord, ready to be delivered. Let's go do it. Well, I'm back from the last delivery. I did not record it because it was in a little bitty garage, and I backed all the way in, and the guy just took the wood off and stacked it right in the back of the garage as I was shoving it to the back. So there was no place to put a camera other than like on my head, which I didn't do because I wanted to get out of there. So I'm back, and what I'm going to do now is this pile of wood right here that's underneath this tarp off to the side here is stuff that I just split recently that I don't want to stack, and it's dry wood that as I was splitting it I could tell it was really good and dry, and I did moisture check it and it's dry. I got some stuff over here too on this side. There's some rounds there that aren't split yet, and so I'm going to load this stuff up first, and then I got some stuff in back that's a partial pile I'm going to take from. This is a full cord load, so I'm going to load it into the trailer right now. So here we go. It's time to chuck some wood. So I'm going to take off some of these chunks that got snow on them. Knock the snow off. And then I'm going to pull the tarp off. And I'm going to load the trailer. So I thought while I was doing this, I would talk about some questions that come up from time to time on the channel. And one pretty common question I get whenever I do stacking videos is, do I ever have wood piles fall over the stacks? And of course I do. But it hasn't happened. Last year I had one pile that the corner caved in on it, and it was because I stacked it on snow on pallets, and when it melted the corner kind of let loose a little bit, and it just the corner fell over, so I just restacked a portion of it. Another question I get is, do I stack high just because I like to stack high? No. The reason I go high is space. I'll take you down here and show you. Some of you probably seen this already, but the reason I go high on some of the stacks is that I'm either trying to conserve space, or I don't want to have to move the wood to another location. So over here, when I did this load, I started down on this end here with stacking full cords right here. So here's a full cord, here's one right here, here's one right here, here and here. And when I got down here, I was running out of room that direction because the pile is so big, so I went higher with these piles that you see right here. So those are full cords, and these are obviously more than a full cord. And so what I'll do is those higher piles, when it comes time to load the wood into the trailer, I will use those piles for when I need to do a 4 face cord or 4/3 of a cord delivery, because I have to stack them to get it in there anyway. If I throw it in loose, a full cord fits fine, but if I have to go more than that, I got to stack it in order to fit it in. And on some deliveries, that's what I do. So there's that. Let's see, what's another question that comes up? Another one is size of pieces. I've covered this lots of times, but I'll talk about it again because it does come up quite a bit. My pieces on average are about like this right here. They're about this size. And a lot of people that don't sell wood, or people that heat with wood, want bigger chunks like this and bigger, quarters and halves even, because they do last longer as a solid piece. But I'm selling to people primarily for fireplace burning. So they want to enjoy the fire, and they want to be able to pick the pieces up with one hand. They want it to start easier. Smaller pieces are just better for that. Plus, they dry faster. The people that I sell to, like I said, a lot of times it's the woman of the house that makes the fires or maintains the fires, and they really like the fact that the pieces aren't so big they can't lift them. So, because I used to have big chunks, and people would say, do these need to be split down smaller? So after listening to my customers, I found out that they didn't want the big ginormous pieces. They want stuff like this for their fires. So anyway, we're going to speed this up a little bit now. Here we go. Okay, I just backed up to another log pile right here because that pile that I just loaded this stuff in from was not enough for a full cord, so I'm going to dig some out of this pile. But this pile I haven't taken any wood from for, I don't know, like a month or so, and when I took it from this pile it was like 21%, so I was going to do a little check on it and see moisture content. So this is a piece of wood that was just split from the wood that I got from over there, where that pile was. It was covered up. And this is wood that was from a load that I just got, dead standing oak, and I just split this yesterday. And here's on the inside is the moisture content. I don't know if you can see that, 19, 19.5, 19.6. Oh, it's 20.5 there, but that's the inside heart piece of the wood. It feels light, so it feels dry. Here's another piece. Let's see, let's take this one right here. Here's another piece that was just split, and this was, again, dead standing wood. Another chunk. That one is 17.9. So that's kind of nice to have wood that's ready to burn when you split it. And that happens with some of the dead standing stuff. This is a piece of locust that I just pulled out of the pile here. I wanted to check this one because this is 16. That one was, it felt really light. And then this one right here, I just took from this pile right over to your left, my right, and I split it right here as a split, and it's about 17, 16, 17. So good to go. So I just always like to check once in a while in my pile, especially if I haven't been in that pile for a while, as far as taking from it, or if it's a pile that I've never, you know, checked before. If it's a new pile that I'm going into for delivery, I like to check them out just to be sure, because I don't want to sell people wood that's not going to burn, because that's what they want. They want it to burn now, not next year. So I'm going to finish loading this up. Here we go. There is another beautiful load of oak going to its new home. So yeah, this is a new customer, never been here before, so it will be interesting to see. It's always fun going to a new place to see what kind of maneuvering I have to do for backing up and dumping. So we're gonna go dump a big, huge load. Here we go.
This is ideal weather for doing this right now.
Every day's a good day outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the 20 below with wind. That's no fun.
Yeah, and I kind of like it below freezing.
Yep, yep. I am back from my delivery that you saw me just dump. This is my little area where I come in my back of my building. I have a door here where I can access into the back. And it's an area where I bring all my chainsaw stuff, so I don't have to go too far with it. Keeps the mess back here, because it's always sawdust and full of, you know, oil and goodies like that. So this is my little bench I made. I got a little storage area. I just keep all my supplies here. Like I got chains and all the stuff I need for working on the saws right here. So I just set them up here, and then this is where I do all my sharpening, which I'm not going to do right now. I will do a sharpening video soon because people have been asking about it for quite a while now, and I'm going to show you how I sharpen them. And I do use just Dremels. I know it's blasphemy, I don't use a file. It's way faster, you'll see, it'll be cool. So anyway, this is the area where I do the working. So what I came in here to do is, yesterday when I was splitting with David, the lever for the hydraulics broke off, the hydraulic control lever, it snapped right off. So I went looking at a hardware store, and they didn't find anything that was, you know, they didn't have any levers that would fit, that were the right size. That's 3/8, I believe. What I did find was this bolt right here. It's an 8-inch bolt, same length. As you can see, it's the same size it needs to be. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, is I'm just going to screw that in. It's going to be my lever for temporary until I get something more pretty. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of PVC, slide this in here. I'm going to slide it right into the bolt, and I'm just going to slide it on all the way down like that, and I'm going to put just some tape around it to hold it so it doesn't wiggle down here. And but I'll have a control lever then, so at least I'll have something in the meantime, kind of a patch that I can do. So the woodyard is actually just kind of right out back through my office back here. You can see the woodyard back here if you look out back. There it is, all the wood's right out there. There's the truck. So yeah, I get to watch deer out here and everything when I'm in my office, which isn't very often because I'm usually working. But anyway, this is a bunch of dead stuff in here that I've got. There's some deer that I've shot over the years. Just kind of go around quick, give you the 3-cent tour or 2-cent tour. There it is, that was the tour. We're done, we're going back out to work now. We're back outside in the woodyard. I've got the part that I manufactured. It turned out pretty good actually. So yeah, I put the bolt in. The head of the bolt is right here, and so it's inside of the actual PVC. And then down the bottom, I wrapped a bunch of tape on the bottom, as you can see here, so that when I slid the pipe, the PVC pipe onto it, the tape fits in it. I had to actually force it in. I had to pound it down really hard to get it to go down. So anyway, it's actually a bigger handle. I think this is going to be better than the original. So here's where it goes. Goes right on the control valve here. It just screws in. It's no big deal. See if I can hold the camera and do the screwing in at the same time. That's about as far as it wants to go. So, I think that's far enough. Yesterday when I took it out, the other one was only in about that far, so let's see if I can go a little more. Oh, there we go, I can go a little farther. There we go. I got a little farther. I'll just tighten it up on here. There, snug. Snug as a bug in a rug. Oh, look at that. I'm quite the fixer. So it's time to do some splitting. I'm going to do a little bit of splitting, and I got someone coming in about an hour to pick up a face cord of wood, and then I've got a delivery towards the end of the day too we're going to go do. So I'll do a little bit of splitting now, so it's splitting time. So I just got finished putting on the new control lever, and I got a text, and it's for another order of firewood, and I have to go deliver. I have to go load it right now. I just backed up the truck to load it, and I'm going to get that done right away because I have another person coming to pick up a face cord, or a third of a cord if you prefer, or Rick even. He's coming to pick up a load in like 40 minutes or so. He should be here, and I want to get the wood that I'm going to load for my delivery after he's here in right away, because it's the same wood. It's just from the same pile that I just got the last load from. I backed up the trailer in here because this is the oldest wood I have. It's about a year and a half old, year and 5 months or something like that. And it's really good dry wood. So this is what I'm gonna load up. So the plans have changed again. So here we go, loading time again. There it is, loaded. 1/3 of a cord, or a face cord, or a rick if you prefer, of oak. Beautiful stuff. Had that beautiful sound when you bang it against each other, that hollowy kind of light sound. Definitely good wood. And so I'm going to pull out of here so that when my next pickup truck comes in here for a pickup, we're going to go right in the same spot, because that's the best wood I got right now, oldest wood, and we're going to load that one as soon as they get here. So I'm going to pull out, and then we're going to load another one. Well, we just loaded up her truck. She had the right truck. It was a Toyota Tundra, a brand new one. It's got 4,000 miles on it, so it's pretty awesome. And now I'm going to go deliver this load, the one that I loaded just before she got here. So we're going to go do that, and I'm going to come back and do some splitting finally today. And look at that, my friend is out. The sun, first time in a week. That's pretty nice to see. So here we go, delivery time. So I just pulled away from my delivery. I backed into the garage and I just slid it out the back, and he stacked it. And it was kind of interesting because I sold to this guy 2 or 3 years ago, and he didn't know that I had been here before, because last time I came, I think his wife was here, and I just backed in and threw it in a pile. And he said, yeah, he says, I got wood 2 years ago from a guy that had just awesome wood. It burned just great. And then last year, I got wood from a guy that, when he came, he said the wood was like not split and it was kind of green. He said, it wouldn't even burn. He said, so we didn't have hardly any fires. He said, it was just terrible wood. I said, well, 2 years ago I was here, because I keep track of my customers. It's a repeat. And but last year I wasn't here. He says, well, we must have lost your number or something. So then I told him that I had been there. He says, well, you were the guy that had the good wood. I said, well, I'm back. So anyway, so that's awesome. He says, because they only burn about a face cord a year. And he said that the wood they had 2 years ago was the best wood they ever had. So having dry, good wood and knowing what your customers like and want is an important thing. Also, when I texted him back, I was splitting wood. No, I was delivering wood earlier today, and so I didn't get a hold of him right away. And so it was like about an hour and a half from the time he texted me originally to the time I texted him back. And he said, oh, thanks for getting back to me. He said, I was just going to call another guy, which I never like to hear that. He said, so if you've got wood, he said, I'll take it. So that's why you got to get back to people right away. I usually try to immediately respond. If I've got my phone on where I hear it, where it goes off, you know, whether it's a text or a phone call, or I try to answer it right away. Because I've already waited 4 or 5 hours because I was splitting all day long or something, and then check my phone and I call them back and say, oh yeah, we already called another guy. We already got the wood. Or I already got other, source for wood. I already got a guy coming, tonight or whatever. So the sooner you get a hold of people, the better. And the sooner you can deliver the wood, the better. I try to get the wood to them right away, like the same day if I can, or right away the next day. Because like today, I was planning on splitting today, but I had the one delivery in the morning that I knew about. And then I got another order that I did, that full load, and then I got another pickup that you saw come, and then I did this one. And while I was driving here, I got another text for another 2-face cord delivery. So now I'm going to be delivering my 5th load today, and I think that'll end up being 8 face cords, I think, altogether today. So that's a pretty good day. So yeah, I just tried to get on it right away, and tomorrow I might get a bunch more. So if I'd put these to tomorrow, then I got to put everybody else another day. So I try to do them as fast as I can. Just a little Tipolinski for you there. So on the way back to the wood yard right now. Back in the wood yard, opening up the trailer. I just pulled this big tarp off of the wood here, so a bunch of snow fell on it, but I'm going to be chucking it in now. So this is for 2-face cords, or 2/3 of a cord, or 2 ricks, or whatever else you want to call it. So it's going in, and we're going to go deliver it. So wood's coming at you right now. Another beautiful load is in the trailer and awaiting delivery to its new home, where it'll be very happy, I'm sure. So we're gonna go down the road and go deliver this load right now.
See, check it out.
I feel like that should be dumping out by now.
It takes. Yeah.
We are back in the wood yard. I just got back from my delivery, just disconnected the trailer. And yeah, so the sun is already going down. Sun is setting, so only got about a half hour of daylight left. And the splitter got fixed today. I delivered a whole bunch of wood. We did 8 face cords all together. It was 5 different deliveries, so it was really nice in the middle of winter like this to get a bunch of deliveries all in one day and get them done. So that was great. And hopefully we'll get some more tomorrow. But tomorrow my plan is that we're gonna go and do some splitting. I get a bunch more done there, maybe do some cutting on the log pile. Basically woodyard work tomorrow is my plan anyway. And so that's it for today. Please hit the buttons, like, subscribe, share, you know what to do, you're a professional. Hit them all, it's fun to do. And tomorrow I'm gonna be in the woodyard, so you should be here too. So that is all for tonight. Good night, Irene.